Welcome back, gamers. Now this is gonna be our first video, and we just decided we'll do how we got into gaming. Why are we still gamers? Of course, I am the oldest of all of us. I did play a little bit ColecoVision, some little Atari, but of course my main console was Nintendo, or the NES. Of course, everyone played Mario, Zelda, but of course, one of the first games I ever played, and the one that actually surprisingly did not scare me away, was Jaws. Now, I'm not getting any details on this. However, if you want to learn more about this wonderful game and what LGN stands for, I would suggest looking up the Angry Video Game Nerd review on this game. Very insightful. From here, of course, I was one of the groups that got Dragon Warrior in the mail, which brought a huge love of RPGs, especially JRPGs, or Japanese RPGs as their full name is. And I've been playing it ever since. I've gone through every system. Right now, I'm looking to get an Xbox One. Not there yet. However, my main console is handhelds with the Vita and the 3DS. Right now, Monster Hunter is my favorite game. My love of games brought a geeky kid into the world, especially with Xbox Live. I know everyone else here agrees. We're all geeks, dorks, nerds. Tony, how did you start in video games?
Well, I started with the NES as well, and the first game that I remember was The Legend of Zelda. Now, that was a great game. I'm sure everybody can agree it's a classic.
It is.
And like he was saying, he got Dragon Warrior. I played that game too. Gosh, there were a lot of titles that I played, and I've been into it ever since. I've been playing with my dad when I was little, up until now when I'm playing with my friends, and it's awesome.
It is true. Cool. Zelda has been around for way too long. However, if I do hear, "Hey, listen," one more time, I'm gonna freaking kill someone.
Hey, listen, I think it's my turn.
Yeah. So, Bobby, what is your whole speech then, if you want to put it in?
Just like everyone, this was my system. This is actually my original Nintendo. I've had this thing since '88. This little sucker's gone through a lot of moves. But, just like everyone, we started with this lovely little cartridge that came with every system. It's this guy. Mario Duck Hunt. Everyone played Duck Hunt. Everyone played Mario. But if it wasn't for that game, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be playing the games I'm playing today, like Xbox and everything. And of course, growing up, I progressed with more games, and my wonderful aunt decided one day that she was going to also buy me a horror game. And of course, we had to go with the hockey mask, because apparently that was the thing back then, was Friday the 13th, which I honestly think is a good game, but just like my friend Chris said, there's that rainbow.
Look, LJN.
That rainbow.
As someone famously called it, laughing, joking, numbnuts.
And then,
again, Angry Video Game Nerd. Give it a shot.
And then, as I kept getting older, different things started popping up. And Gremlins, as any of these guys will tell you, is one of my favorite movies. So, of course, I ended up with this.
A little too much.
I ended up with this lovely game, which is actually pretty fun. We're not here to do reviews, but I'm going to tell you this will be one I will be doing a review on, because very few people have. Mostly just playthroughs, people watching you throw tomatoes as Gizmo, and that's it. You don't have anyone talking about it and what's things.
You have been warned.
And one of my favorite things is this guy. I don't have an alien at right at the moment, it's a Predator. This has also got me to being a nerd and a geek, is sci-fi films. Predator and Alien, pretty much most of when I was little. My brother was one person we watched them with, and we go from there, but that's pretty much where I'm at. I still play video games quite often. My Xbox, my Wii U, my PS4, my PS3, all of them. And then this guy, too. I just fixed it the other day, so he's up and running.
Now, I have to ask, what is your favorite game?
That's really tough. I can't do that. If we have to pick by system, then it's easier.
There's got to be one that's... Which one have you replayed the most?
Final Fantasy VII. 250 times I beat that game, and I'm not kidding. My brother can attest to it. Anyone that knows me can attest to it. I can walk you through that game, but my eyes closed without looking at a book.
Now, that's a good one. Final Fantasy, it was a great series for me. I was more of a fan of Japanese, it's called 6. We got it on Super Nintendo as number 3.
Yeah.
Mine actually was, of all the games that I've replayed the most, I would have to say is Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Oh, that game.
It brought so much to it. Yes, it is the Castlevania version of Metroid. I don't care. It was a great game. I've played it through so many times. After this, I might even sit down and replay it again on my Xbox Live. Tony, you have to have a favorite game.
Well, you kind of stole mine. But
Yeah, that's his. I can attest to that one.
Well,
But I think
that's-
everyone likes that game. But
yeah.
Everyone likes that game, yes.
So if I had to pick another one, it would probably be, and not many people have heard of it, but Legend of Legaia.
Yes.
It's a hidden gem
Oh,
for the
jeez.
PlayStation 1. It's a
that
great
was
game.
that was a really good one.
You know, it was an RPG, but it wasn't your typical fighting system. It was turn-based, but you got to make your own combos, which was the beauty of that game. And it was a huge game. I mean, that took me hours to beat.
Is it odd that we all pick PS1 games as our favorite games? I just want to point that out. Final Fantasy VII, Castlevania,
You know,
and Legend of Legaia. Which that system was very, very. It's sad that it's probably one of the most obsolete systems because all the systems can play it.
it is true.
But if you have a PS1 laying around in your house, I would just pick it up, give it a nice little hug.
I have two.
I got one. That's it.
I have two. Well, I mean, the reason why we picked PS1 games is, Nintendo came out, we were young, Super Nintendo, we started to grow. This is when we actually got to more pick our games and understand what we liked, what we didn't like.
Yeah.
I mean, platformers were disappearing. Now we had more in-depth games, Metal Gear Solid,
Yeah.
Castlevania, Symphony of the Night, Final Fantasy VII.
Suikoden. That was another one.
Wow,
That
we're
game.
going rare games, yes.
Valkyrie Profile.
Valkyrie Profile.
More RPGs.
You just want to break the bank with your games, don't
We're
you?
just gonna throw the wallet out there and just call it a day. I can't because I got a chain on mine. It'll just break.
Happy.
Yeah, that's quick.
So-
Grab it.
I'm broke, man. Don't look at me. So I mean, it is a great series, and that's why, as we've grown, we have probably picked up the same brand new games we love. Ghostbusters on Xbox 360.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean-
a fantastic game.
There are all these great games, fighting games. We've gone through shooting games. We've gone through everything.
We played everything. I'm pretty sure at this table, at least.
But
one of
we're
us has
always
played
going to go
everything.
back to the ones that we've played the most, we like the most. An example of what draws me back all the time is story. I'm a huge single-player story person. Multiplayer with friends is okay, but I tend to do more story-driven, thus a lot of RPGs. Right now, Monster Hunter 4, really good game. I haven't picked it up yet. Is a great one. I've been playing a lot. Persona Q for the 3DS also is really good. Great stories, a lot of good characters. It draws me in. Also, it's something that I can spend a couple bucks on. Lasts me for months.
Excuse me.
And what's drawing you back in? I think I know what's drawing you back in, but let's hear from you first.
For me, just like you, it's the story stuff, but there is a lot of gameplay factors. Like, I do like the competitiveness of it. Like, I play Killer Instinct, I play Mortal Kombat. I will be playing Mortal Kombat 10, and there will be streaming again. My brother will most likely be playing with me. We will be doing it just so we can have fun. But it's also because, a lot of it I grew up with, and that's pretty much how I grew up with, was pretty much, I played Nintendo all the time. That's pretty much what I did. It's just part of me that I don't think will ever go away. I hope one day that as I get older, I'll be able to play games with, my daughter and stuff, and do extra, and hope she feels that way someday. That's pretty much what brings me back, and it's the gameplay, the story. I'm not a graphics guy. I've played games that look like dirt. Like, I have played E.T. and I have beaten it, but I will play it again because it's really not that bad. I've played worse. If you don't know what 18-wheeler is, I suggest you go try that, and then you can talk about what a really bad game is.
He also keeps a copy of the Guy game under his bed at all times.
I gotta keep that safe, even though I don't own it, which is the weird part.
That's what he says. It's great gaming.
So what really draws me back to gaming is a lot of it is the community, actually. In fact, the PC gaming that I do, it's like Skyrim and Minecraft and stuff. There's plenty of mods out for that. and I love seeing stuff like that all the time. Always trying out that stuff. I play a lot of RPGs for the story, and I'll always go back to my PlayStation 1 games and Nintendo games and all that stuff that I used to play when I was a kid.
It's true.
Yeah, I do go back to them all. I have my Super Nintendo I still use.
Yes,
And the Nintendo.
Yeah, I have to agree with the whole community thing. I mean, we always had the stream, as we mentioned earlier in the video, but it was PAX East that kind of drew us in, because we all stepped into a gaming community for 3 days. The outside world disappeared, and it actually showed us like the camaraderie we have. Even though when we're together, we have the nice camaraderie. When we're on Xbox Live, I am teabagging your mother.
Or doing someone's mother if you're playing Call of Duty.
And
That's
doing
how that
someone's
works.
mother. So I mean, it is really good, and we have so many places to learn to play. This was a good start for our first video, and over time we're gonna have more topics. Comment onto our Twitter, our Facebook page, or on the comments below on any topics that you'd be interested in. Also, we're gonna try to do at least one a week.
Yeah,
when we get together.
Yeah.
Of kind of a commentary thing. Later on, we will be getting into more videos like the Twitch, YouTube reviews on games. Also, right now, our first official article is on WordPress. Is a part 1 of 2 on how video games and board games have been merging throughout the years. Give it a shot. It's actually pretty cool. It's a little longer than most blogs, so we're going to start calling them articles. Also, before we let everyone go, Bobby, you heard something in the news recently?
Yeah. Our one news topic for this week, we figured we'd at least start this week and try it, was, I'm pretty sure some of you have seen it, maybe some of you haven't. This is for the people that haven't or heard the unfortunate news that in the Ninja Turtles IDW comics that are out, issue 44 to be exact, we basically lost a Ninja Turtle after the amount of years we've been watching them, growing up with them. Everybody who's watching this or reading our blogs and stuff, you've grown up with a Ninja Turtle, you like them, and unfortunately the one we did lose was Donatello. According to the comic, he was killed. I won't go into detail how, because I don't know if anyone's read it yet, and I don't want to really spoil anything. But it's unfortunate. That's something we all grew up with. And to be honest with you, out of a lot of comics I've ever read, or I'm pretty sure these guys read, I've never seen a Ninja Turtle get killed. I've seen him hurt, but never killed. So it kind of like, it hit like a soft spot, real bad soft spot when I saw that. So, I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about it.
How do you feel about that, Tony?
Well, I mean, Donatello was my favorite character since I've been watching Ninja Turtles, and I gotta be honest, that sucks. It really does.
It does.
Yeah. I mean, Mikey and Leo were always mine, but Donnie, everyone, all of them, I can't really pick a favorite. But, like, it's sad to see them all, like, even one of them go. It doesn't matter who.
Yeah, I mean, they're a group. They've always been together. And to
Sure.
get rid of one of them now, it's like,
I don't know.
why would you do this?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not fully sure how I feel yet, because it is comics, and comics always get retconned. You also have to think that in some of the comics, Michelangelo has married April O'Neil, and also Raphael has become the Shredder. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that.
No.
Yeah, I remember that.
But we will be posting a link from, I want to say it's IGN, on our website on this whole article, because we don't want to go into too many details. So, spoiler alert, if you want to read the article, awesome. If not, wait for the comic, and then next month to see exactly what happened.
Yeah, so we're hoping maybe he's not dead.
It's comic book world, you never know.
Maybe he'll just wake up.
Yep.
Or it was just a bad dream or something. But
I hope so.
Yes. I mean, until then, game on, bitches.